Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be the November Shopping Our Stash collab. This is a project I do every month with my friend Elisabeth. I will have her channel linked down below, and we choose a color from our eyeshadow collection and we shop our stash to see how many we actually have of that color, and we swatch it and we talk about it. So it's November and Elisabeth lives in Denmark, and even though they don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Denmark, she suggested that we choose a color in honor of Thanksgiving. And first of all, isn't that just the sweetest? Thank you, Elisabeth. That's so kind of you. We have to do a color for Denmark one month. I don't know what color is a Denmark color, but you let me know and we'll do a color for Denmark soon. So right off the bat, I suggested Cranberry. I love the shade Cranberry for eyeshadow, and I think it is the perfect color for Thanksgiving for November. It's just a great November color. She liked the idea too. So today we are talking about all of our Cranberry eyeshadows. I have a feeling that this video is going to be a two-parter. I'm not going to have time to film all of it at once, so this is going to be the first part. I'm going to film the rest of it tomorrow and then I'll squish it all together to make one video. So let's jump in and start swatching Cranberry eyeshadows. Now, I have two shades of Cranberry in my head, and one is more of a reddish cranberry and one is more of a plummy cranberry. Once you see red and once you see plum, you've gone too far, but somewhere in between red and plum is kind of what my mind thinks of as cranberry. And so I pulled all of those shadows. I'm going to insert a picture of some inspiration I used as well of a cranberry bog. So yeah, at least I think it's a cranberry bog. So let's start swatching. First of all, let's talk about what's on my eyes today. I have attempted to film this video 2 other times, but both times by the time I had finished getting ready, the kids were already awake and it was a wash. So I have gotten some good use out of this palette right here. This is what's on my eyes today. This is, I'm not gonna say it's maiden voyage because I wore these eyeshadows yesterday in the hopes of filming this video yesterday, but today is only the second time I've ever used this palette and I love it. On the outer half of my eyelid, I have this shade right here, and on the inner half of my eyelid, I have this shade right here. The deeper shade is called Pure. Why would you name a shadow Pure? I would love an explanation of it. This shade is called Pure, at least that's what I think it says. And this shade is called Magentic. And I had so much fun with both of them today. And there are the swatches. That is Pure. This is Pure, and this is Magentic. The next shadow that I'm going to swatch is currently in my Pan in Every palette, and that is from the Element of Surprise palette. This one right here, I think this is called Blank Canvas. It's another surprising shadow. It doesn't look like much in the pan, but when you swatch it, it comes alive. There it is right there. The next Cranberry shade comes from my Dose of Colors Desi and Katie Friendcation palette. This is going to be the shade Try Me. And it is right there. Gorgeous. That's it right there. Next, I have this little MAC Burgundy ×9 palette, and I am going to be swatching the shade right down there called Star Violet. I actually do have a single of this eyeshadow as well, but I couldn't find it. I'm gonna get to some singles in a minute, but I will swatch Star Violet right here. There it is right there. Okay, up next is this Makeup Forever palette. This is the Lustrous Shadow palette, and I am going to be swatching this shadow right here. There it is right there. Next is my Smashbox Masterclass palette from 2017, I believe. I am going to swatch this shadow right here called Overbaked. That one right there. That's it right there. This color makes me wish that I had blue eyes. If you have blue eyes and you've never tried an eyeshadow in one of these shades, please do me a favor and try it because it's going to look amazing on you. I am so jealous that I don't have blue eyes when it comes to a color like this because it's amazing. In the original Lorac Pro 1, I have the shade Mulberry, which is right there. There it is. That's such a beautiful shade. I love it. In the BH Cosmetics, the Zodiac palette, I have this shade right here called Libra. There it is right there. It's getting a little bit on the plummy side. That's as far as I'll go and still call it Cranberry. And in the Saharan by Juvia's Place, I have this shadow right here called Paula. That shadow looks like it could be a cranberry shade too, but I'm just gonna swatch this one. There it is, right there. Let's talk about one of my all-time favorite ColourPop Super Shock shadows. This is the shadow Drift. It is amazing. I love this shadow. Mine has been beaten up, but that's what it looks like. It is literally the definition of cranberry, if you ask me. There it is, right there. It's kind of satiny, so you can use it in your crease and blow it out, or you could use it as a lid shade. You could use it as a one shadow look. It is lovely. Similarly, I have the shade Garnet from L'Oreal. Glistening Garnet, excuse me.
Hey, Emma. Oh, no.
And I have found that the shadow can be a one shadow look or a crease shadow or an eyelid shade, either way, depending on how you apply it. There is Glistening Garnet. I am so in love with my hand right now. I am going to do one more swatch and then I'm going to have to stop filming because people are waking up. The last shadow I'm going to swatch for today is from this little Kaja stack. This is the Sparkling Rosé stack. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. I am not sure what I'm going to swatch. I think I'm going to swatch the first two. This one right here. It might be a little too pink, but meh. And this one right there. Okay, awkward hand swatch. There's the lighter one and there is, right there, is the deeper one. All right, we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, we have 14 so far. I think these swatches look amazing, and I will be back tomorrow with more. Okay, we are back. It is day 2. In reality, this has been like cranberry eyeshadow week because I put on cranberry eyeshadow every day for the last 7 days trying to get this video filmed, and it just hasn't happened. So I've woken up an extra 20 minutes early to give myself plenty of time to talk about cranberry eyeshadows. We left off with 14 cranberry eyeshadows swatched on my hand. What's changed? Nothing. I still haven't done a manicure. It's that kind of a week. My nails look tore up from the floor up, so I apologize for that. So that's going on. But let's talk about cranberry eyeshadow again. First of all, what I have on my eyes today is this Too Faced Razzle Dazzle Berry eyeshadow palette. This is my first time ever playing with this eyeshadow palette. I think it makes a beautiful cranberry eyeshadow look. The eyeshadow I have on my eyes is this one right here called Buried Treasure. I have it all over my lid. I have a little bit of this guy right here smudged on my lower lash line. That's Boys and Berry. So I will swatch this one right now. There's Buried Treasure right there. This is the Smashbox Ablaze palette. I am going to swatch this one right here, which I believe is called, I think this is called Throwback. There's Throwback right there. This is my Kardashian Beauty eyeshadow palette. It doesn't really have a name. Kardashian Beauty isn't around anymore, but I am going to swatch this red right here. It's kind of a brownie cranberry, but there it is right there. Let's talk about my little Viseart palette. This is the Petite Pro 2. This is what it looks like here, and I'm gonna swatch this shadow right there. She swatches beautifully. Right there. Gorgeous. Huda Beauty, New Nudes. New Nude, no S. She looks like this. I am going to swatch this one, which is called Spanked, and Excite, which is the cranberry colored glitter. I should have probably laid down that tacky base first, but anyways, there is Spanked and there is Excite. It looks gorgeous on my finger. I really should have laid down that tacky base first. This is my Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. She is gorgeous. And this is the shade Noble Woman. That swatched so well. Oh my gosh. Thanksgiving dinner right there. Gorgeous swatch. Here's my good old Balm Jovi palette. From the Balm, I'm going to swatch Alice Copper right there. It's kind of more of a purpley cranberry color. Yeah. There it is right there. This is my Urban Decay 20 Year Vice Reloaded palette, and I am going to swatch the shadow called Gash, which is this one right there. There's Gash right there. This is my Morphe 35F palette. There are a couple of cranberries in this palette from what I can tell. Big part of the reason why I bought this palette. I am going to swatch this one and this one right here. I've never actually used this eyeshadow palette. Oh, I know Morphe gets a bad rap, but these eyeshadows are good. Right there, the darker one and the lighter one. They swatched beautifully. Another Morphe palette, this guy right here, my Jaclyn Hill palette, and I am going to swatch this eyeshadow right here. Don't ask me what it's called because the sheet with the names on it is somewhere in this house, but I don't know where. There it is right there. I have a little Stila Glitter and Glow. This is the shade Next to Not. N-O-T-T-E. Next to Not. I think I'm saying that right. I've never actually looked at the name of this. I bought it in a holiday set probably 2 holidays ago. And she's beautiful. There's a swatch right there. I think it's time to move on the forearm. This is a Kiko Milano single. This is in the shade number 203. And this is it right here. These are baked. They can be applied wet or dry. I don't know if I've ever applied this wet. It does a pretty good job dry. This is an old Clinique trio. This is the Foxy trio. It looks like this. So of course I'm going to swatch that one right there. Oh, that did not swatch very well at all. It blends pretty nicely. Kind of faint. I don't know if it's because it's getting old or what, but that didn't swatch very well. All right, I am not going to open this and hold it up, but I will swatch it. This is a smashed up duo from Hard Candy. This is in the shade Secret Rendezvous. It has there are 2 baked sides, one light and one deeper. I'm going to swatch the deeper of the 2 sides. Poor thing. all beat up. That would definitely be one that I would use wet. This is the Maybelline Designer Chocolate Squad. If you guys have been following Emily Noel for a long time, you know she had a serious love affair with this palette, particularly this shadow right here. These are all kind of weak compared to what I got going on this part of my hand. This is an old NYX 6-pan palette called In Bloom. Have had it for quite a while. I don't think I've ever used it. I am going to swatch this shade right here. Do I have any clean fingers? Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of pigmentation. If you're looking for pigmentation, look no further than Juvia's Place. They never disappoint. This is the Masquerade Mini, and which one am I gonna swatch? I'm going to swatch this one right here. It is called Collab. There you go. This is the Bling on the Glam palette from Ulta. It is in collaboration with Melissa Michelle, and I am going to swatch this one down here called Oi. I know it doesn't look like much next to that Juvia's Place one, but that's actually a really nice shade. I like it. This is the ColourPop All I See Is Magic palette. I'm going to swatch this one right here. I think this is called, I don't know, either Tinseltown or Pitter Patter. I have no idea. This one right here. Ooh, that's pigmented. Look at that. You gotta watch yourself with ColourPop. Those shadows are bananas. This is the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette, the original one from last holiday. I am not buying the new one. I am perfectly okay with not owning the new one. And I will be swatching this duochrome shadow right here called Hot Toddy. Depending on how you look at it, Hot Toddy is a little bit orange or a little bit cranberry. Let's see how it looks today. I think it's picking up on the cranberry. Yes. This is the BH Cosmetics Solar Flare palette. I'm going to swatch Galactic right there. Gorgeous. That palette never disappoints me. At least not in swatches. I've never worn it on my eyes. This is the Pretty Vulgar Phoenix Rising palette. I'm going to swatch this one right here called Resurrected Sin. The ColourPop She palette. This is the Femme Rosa palette. I don't know what to call it. I am going to swatch this shadow right here. That looks straight up orange, but in the pan, it looks very cranberry. It's an orangey cranberry. We are at 39 cranberry eyeshadows as of right now. This is my Pure Visionary palette. This palette is so beautiful, inside and out. I'm going to swatch this one right here called Icon. We are now working with our non-dominant hand, but there is a swatch right there. Gorgeous. Next is my e.l.f. Aqua Beauty Palette in Island Breeze. I actually had this eyeshadow on yesterday. I never got a chance to film, but I wore it yesterday in the hopes that I would film. And I'm talking about this eyeshadow right there. There's a swatch of it right there. You guys, I'm sorry my arms are tore up. I was working with a kid a couple days ago who wanted to have snack and it wasn't snack time. And he was really upset. This is the Saucy Quad from ColourPop in collaboration with I Love Sarah E. I am going to swatch this shade right here. I think it's called Lit. Kind of more of a purpley cranberry, but still gorgeous. This is the Tarte Styled by Harouche palette. I'm going to swatch this shadow right here. It is called Royal. Yeah, there it is right there. This is the Pure Soul Mattes palette. It's all cranberry shades basically, but I'm going to swatch this shadow right there. There it is, another brownie cranberry. I have a few of them. All right, my Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. I am going to swatch Peach Sangria. There it is right there. That is a gorgeous eyeshadow, so pretty. This is the Tarte Buried Treasure palette. I'm going to swatch this one down here called Naughty. Yeah, I think it's called Naughty. There it is right there, another brownie cranberry color. An eyeshadow palette all about cranberries. The Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. All about cherries, but cherries, cranberries. It's kind of the same thing. Here it is right here. I'm going to swatch these two eyeshadows right here. This matte one is called Devilish, and the shimmer one is called Young Love. I think Bing could also be thrown in there, but I'm gonna try and hold myself back a little bit. There they are right there. That's the matte one, that's the shimmer one. This is a MAC single that is actually called Cranberry. This is the name of the eyeshadow, is Cranberry. There it is right there. I guess this should be the benchmark for all other cranberry eyeshadows since this is called Cranberry. There it is right there. It's a little bit more muted than some of the other eyeshadows that I consider to be cranberry. I guess MAC and I can disagree. This is a little sample of the Balm's Meet Matrimony in the shade Matte Kumar. There it is right there. There it is right there. This is my Lorac Desert Sunset palette, and I'm going to swatch this beautiful shade right here called Sunset. That's it right there. That is so pretty. This is the Juvia's Place, the Saharan 2 palette. I am going to swatch these two right here. They're gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Juvia's Place never disappoints. There is the shimmery shade right there, and there's the matte shade right there. Is that really cranberry? I don't know, but I had to swatch it. It is amazing. All right, we're up to 53 cranberries so far. This is a little Stila palette. This came in a holiday set. It's called I Wonder. And I am going to swatch this eyeshadow right here. I don't know if that's really cranberry or if it's more plum, but we're already here, so let's swatch it.
Turn into a rainbow girl.
Yes, I am.
Next one is Poison Ivy.
I don't know if that's really cranberry, but Ron is calling this Poison Ivy. This is the Venus XL palette from Lime Crime. I think there's a couple of cranberry shades, but I'm going to swatch this one here called Inspire. This is Lime Crime Inspire. I love it. This is an old little elf quad in the shade Luxe. Huh? Okay, 1 minute. Oh, that's not swatching really well.
What?
This eyeshadow right here.
That's...
Can you go sit by Hazel? Okay, so needless to say, that's pretty muted. This is the Makeup Geek and Manny MUA collaboration palette. I'm going to swatch this one down here. It is called Mars. Awkward. It is really hard to swatch with your non-dominant hand. That's all I gotta say. This is the Maybelline City Mini palette in collaboration with Shayla. I'm going to swatch this shadow right here. Again, plum, cranberry. We're already here.
No, don't rip it. Double way.
There is the Maybelline swatch. It's a little brown. Did you guys see that coming? I did not see that coming at all. I thought it was gonna be like a purpley cranberry shade. This is the Heavy Metals palette from Urban Decay. I'm gonna swatch this one right there. That shadow's called After Party, by the way. That's beautiful. This is the Urban Decay Moon Dust palette, and I am going to be swatching Element. Right there. There is Urban Decay's Element right there from the Moon Dust palette. This is the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. Of course, I had to include her in a palette with talking about reds. I decided that the best cranberry color is this one down here called Venetian Red. At least I think that's the closest to cranberry. It's pretty cranberry, right? This is the Too Faced Clover palette. I am going to swatch the shade Daddy's Love Me. This is the Sephora Pro palette in the shade New Nudes. I have a thing for palettes called New Nudes. And I am going to swatch this one right here called Camellia. Gorgeous. And finally, my last cranberry eyeshadow is in this guy right here. This is the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. There is a girl I recently started following on Instagram, and she does mock-ups of future palettes, and she's done like several new palettes for Jeffree Star. I think she's got something going on there. I should leave her channel link down below. Anyways, it's really interesting to see her create these new palettes. Not always Jeffree Star, but just a lot of Jeffree Star. All right. There's quite a bit of cranberry in this palette, but I am going to swatch this one right here. That is called Blood Sugar. I did not know that. I did not see that coming. I'll also swatch Cherry Soda, this one right here. Cherry Soda and Blood Sugar. This is Cherry Soda. And this is Blood Sugar. Sorry. These swatches are really going downhill. I don't know if Cherry Soda is really a cranberry, but okay. That is all of my cranberry eyeshadows. There are 65 in total. Compared to last month where we did black and I had 130, I only have half as many cranberry eyeshadows as I do black eyeshadows. And I like the shade cranberry much more than I like the shade black. That being said, I don't think I need to run out and buy another single cranberry eyeshadow for quite a while, regardless of whether it's a more red cranberry or a more purple cranberry. I'm covered. I'm literally covered in cranberry. So once again, shopping my stash has proved that I do not need to buy any eyeshadows in the color that we're talking about. I'm set, I'm good. 65 is a good amount of cranberry eyeshadows, so yeah, I can stop right there. Hopefully I do. I really had fun, as always, swatching my eyeshadows, playing with makeup, pulling out so many never used on my eyes before eyeshadow palettes. I have a ton of them, a ton of the palettes that I swatched today I've never put on my eyes even once. And just in this week alone, because I had so many failed attempts at filming this video, I had the chance to use 3 eyeshadow palettes I'd never used before even once. So that was super fun and exciting. All right, that is it for this video. Please go check out Elisabeth's video. I will leave it linked down below. And subscribe to her channel because she's lovely and wonderful and funny and kind. Yes, she is all those things. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.